Richie Man Productions here with a quick statue video. This time just to showcase a part of the man cave basement that I put together. I did a couple of videos with the display cases, but a lot of them were really close to the statues, so you couldn't, get a full view of what the actual display looks like. So if I kind of move the camera around here, you can see that this is a full-on man cave. You've got the whole sound system there, and obviously I'm a big movie buff, so here's the theater room with a full paradigm system set up with Dolby Atmos in the ceiling, but this isn't a audio channel, so I'm going to stick to the statues. So you'll notice here that I have all of these Ikea display cases, and most of them are pretty full, and a lot of them have been reinforced from the top shelf, so you can put a little bit more weight, but I'm still a little bit worried about putting too much weight on the top shelves. So I'm keeping it at a minimal, minus this shelf right here that has Drift and Bumblebee, as you can see. But if I'm going to go inside this display here, you've got the Bat, which is a fantastic piece from Hot Toys, and this one actually takes up its own space because of the size. As you can see, it's pretty big. This one was also a pain to put together, and I seem to be getting a lot of statues lately that are complicated to put together, or I just can't follow instructions, or the provider isn't giving me good instructions. But this is where the Bat is, and then if you go to the bottom shelf, we got Frank Miller Batman, which is an absolutely incredible piece. Had this in the space for quite some time now, but it's just incredible and I love it. And for any of you that can still get this piece, I'm not even sure if the regular is still available, but pick it up because it's amazing. Here is the mask from Sideshow. I believe it was Sideshow that made this. There was a separate review on the channel about this beautiful Joker mask. It's just amazing, and it's definitely well placed. I've heard a lot of complaints from people looking at my collections that a lot of stuff doesn't go well together, where I'm placing Lord of the Rings with something from DC, but I guess that's the way that I like it. There's no specific momentum to my collection. I just place them where I have the space, basically. I never took the time to actually categorize things by DC, Marvel. Some people like doing that, but I just, in most scenes, I simply just place them wherever I have space. Top shelf here, we've got Bumblebee and we've got Drift. Beautiful pieces by Prime One. And Bumblebee was an amazing purchase. This is one of the most detailed Prime One pieces ever. It's not one of the biggest, but very, very, very detailed. And then we have Drift. I wasn't aware until a little while ago that Drift was quite a sought-after piece on the market. Here it is in all its glory. Here we've got the Engineer from Sideshow in the third shelf unit. Another great piece from Sideshow Collectibles. And on the bottom here is Mr. Thanos himself. And again, excuse the reflection in the display. I'm not opening these doors up right now, so just getting a bit of a reflection, but you can still see the pieces. I've taken the batteries out. I don't like keeping the batteries in any of the pieces, just worried about corrosion. So I usually test them out, make sure they're working when I get the statues, but then I generally take the batteries out completely. But this has some great light up features in the Infinity Stones. And then over here, bottom fourth row of the statue display, we've got the Predator 2 Maquette from Sideshow. Love it, amazing. He's got the disc. Once again, Predator 2 is a much maligned film. You either love it or you hate it. I think it's a great movie, fantastic action movie. Stephen Hopkins directed, and you know what? Large part of my childhood, so I needed to have this in my display. And then next to Predator, and here's a perfect example of two statues that make no sense together. You've got the Darkness from XM Studios, one of the most detailed pieces I've ever seen, and also a pain to put together. XM's statues are always detailed and have many small parts and pieces, and that is why they are XM Studios, but they are not always that simple to put together. But this one is just an amazing, amazing piece with tons of details. So, hey, maybe that's a good idea for Fox to make a film with Predator versus the Darkness. Maybe that's a good idea, maybe not. And then you've got Deadpool over here, sideshow, premium format with the missile coming around. And I've got space for one statue there, and I've got space for another one there. And Venom Prime 1 is going right there. I've got a couple of other statues on order from the big statues coming in. I think I've got the Cool Props Prime 1 Alien Dog Alien coming in. And something I've been waiting for 2 years now, which I'm going to have to find some space for, is the Batmobile from BVS by Prime 1, which is crazy wait time on that one. I'm not sure why the delays, but it's coming. And then over here, we've got Prime 1 Megatron. And this was, and I have a review on my channel for Megatron, but this basically was this was actually the first Prime 1 statue that I received. And after that was Megatron. And there's Thanos' head right there. Megatron just decapitated Thanos. And over here, I'll have to do a review of this over here. But this is the Hollywood Collectibles Blade Runner 2049 replica of the blaster. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but that's an incredible, incredible piece as well. That's Deckard's gun. So we'll do that another time. And I'll be back with some more areas of the statue collection room in the coming days. Until next time, please subscribe if you're enjoying it, and they'll keep coming.